So, did you ever feel like just you don't know where to turn? The forest is closing in. You're not sure who to talk to.
Lenders and brokers and bankers.
Oh my!
Lenders and brokers and bankers.
Oh my!
Lenders and brokers and bankers.
Oh my!
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
We might. Animals that eat straw? Some, but mostly lions and tigers and bears.
Lions?
And tigers? And bears.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Hello everybody, my name is Barry Horvath and this is Moving Forward TV, your local market update.
Hello, and I am DeLynn Gaston. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Or
Courage.
brokers and bankers and lenders. Oh my!
Oh no, I was doing my lion theme.
I know. Well,
If I only had a brain.
that would be the scarecrow. Yeah, I know. Sometimes we feel like that too. So anyway, we've been gone a little bit. We haven't been here for like
So
a
my
week or
brain
so.
has been gone? What are you
Yes, our
saying?
brain has been gone. So did you miss us last week, everybody? We were on hiatus.
Apparently they didn't miss us.
I think they did.
I think they did.
Although we had this great show planned
Yeah, but we're going to do it now.
because we were cruising.
Because you know why? Because this week we're off to see the wizard.
That's good. Good segue.
I like that. I like
hey,
that.
Garth, did you did you watch the Saturday Night Live thing?
I watched some of it.
I know, I did too. That was kind of cool.
hilarious.
I watched
was
that
really,
part.
Really, really good. Good stuff on there. Good clips.
Party on, Garth.
It's, that show through the years, I know that has nothing to do with lenders
Yeah,
and
I know, we're
brokers
gonna
and
get to that.
bankers. But that show through the years, like, do you remember it had like really great years and then it had years that were like,
Yeah, I
wow, what
know.
happened?
Yeah.
And then, but overall, I mean,
Great. So many talented people came out of that. It's just amazing.
they called me a couple times. When it was in the bad years, clearly.
But you were just like, no, I'm up
No,
to
I'm
my
not going.
eyeballs in closings.
That's it. I'm not doing that. I just couldn't do it.
I need to copy these W-2s.
Yeah,
I can't.
I just need to just find the wizard, that's all. So what are we really going to talk about this week? I think we're going to talk about something, because people get lost and confused.
They
in
do.
all the forest out there.
I know.
Because you're out, you're trying to buy a house, and you don't know where to turn. Because you got lenders, you got brokers, you got bankers, who do you
Right.
go to? And we're going to...
And I think that's people's minds have changed over the years with that as well, because for a while there, everybody was like, oh, you got to go to the banks. Well, then all of the implosion happened, and everyone's like, oh, get out of the bank.
And a lot of times now when you go to the bank, they don't have anybody even on staff now that's there to do your loan, so they refer it to their loan officer.
It's all
now.
different
So
now. When
it's
that's
changed.
kind of the gist of what we're getting at, is it really is different right now. But after all of the crazy heyday of what was that, 2004-ish until 2007-ish, for those years there. Ish. Anyway, things were crazy. Everybody kind of knows that. And people were very unscrupulous. There was a lot of, not everyone, but there was a lot of unscrupulous people, unfortunately.
A lot of those people are gone.
All of those people are gone, which all of the changes are for the good, to kind of get rid of all of those bad people. But what it's done is it's really created a lot of confusion, where people were comfortable with banks, then they weren't. They were comfortable with brokers, then they weren't. So they're kind of like in the middle, and they're not exactly sure, who should I go to? So we're going to try and maybe clear that up.
We're going to help clear what your different options are out there. We're
Right.
pretty good about making things clear as mud, aren't we?
We try, because it is confusing, and we get that.
Yes, we do. So what do we want to do first? We want to talk about the different options. Let's just pretend, okay?
Okay.
DeLynn, you're going to buy a house.
Pretend I'm Dorothy.
Okay, Dorothy.
I'm going to buy a house that I just don't want one that flies and lands on witches.
There's no place like home. Those are my feet, by the
Can
way.
I have one? I want one with like a yellow brick road in front of it. Wouldn't that be nice?
Follow. Anyway, would you get on with the show?
Sorry.
You're just so sidetracked. So we're going to talk about you're buying a house and you're trying to decide, okay, and you found this wonderful real estate professional is taking you out and he's like,
This is it. This is my
the one.
house, my
And you're
dream
like-
house.
And you just,
So now what?
you don't have the cash to buy it, so you're going to get financing. Where do you go? Who do you turn to?
You have three choices.
You could pick up the little yellow book. Does anybody even use that anymore?
What is that? We have millennials out there, our 20-somethings that are saying, what is he talking about?
Yeah,
What is a yellow book?
what is a yellow
They
book?
pick up their phone and they Google it.
It's a great doorstop, is what it is. It really, really works
be called
it's
Yellow
heavy,
Pages.
And it's in there. But that used to be where people would turn. They would
Right.
open up to the mortgage page, and you would see 1,000 brokers, bankers, and even lenders out there.
Right.
So, but we're going to try to explain to you the difference between, and everybody's situation is going to be different. So who you decide to go with is entirely up to you. It's really about, I think people want to deal with who they know, like, and trust, and who they really feel comfortable with. So
Because keep in mind, everybody, like you said, everybody's situation is different. There is no cookie cutter thing out there. So when people call up and say, yeah, it's not the same for everyone. So, because everyone's situation is different.
Right. Because Tin Man needed a heart.
And
Scarecrow
the Scarecrow
needed a brain. Okay.
Dorothy wanted to go home. Ooh, look, did you see that? We just had like
did.
a little flashback. Anyway,
Who did
so
we forget?
so basically, the lion, courage. He needed
a heart.
courage.
He needed a heart, didn't he?
He was all
Oh no,
bark,
he
no
needed
bite.
courage.
He needed courage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so basically you have three choices. You can either go to a bank, you can go to a broker, or you can go to a direct lender or correspondent lender.
Yeah, so let's
So-
there's pros and cons in everything we do.
Right.
So let's go through each one individually here. First one is going to be a bank.
A bank.
Okay. And again, pros and cons for everything.
Like our little picture here?
Yeah,
See that?
Yeah, there's your bank.
There's you guys.
That's you, the customer. You're
The
the
customers.
You're the stick people. That girl has quite a figure, doesn't she? I'm liking her shape.
And then,
It's like,
and then I like the banker. He's next to a giant vault.
yes, you gotta love that. So anyway,
That's where all the money is,
so
and
the
they come
girl,
with cash.
clearly the girl wearing the triangular skirt is just so hot.
She's
I'm
rocking
telling-
it.
She's doing it for me. I don't know about you. So let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of each one. So first thing we'll talk about is on a bank. Your
Okay,
advantages.
put it back up so I don't have to have
thank
my
you.
glasses on. Thank you, so we could read the screen.
Really, your advantages, really, they do have competitive rates. You know,
Yes.
their rates are,
Everybody's pretty competitive out
I
there.
would say
You're not
that's
going to be
it.
in business if you're
the
not.
the one thing in physical presence, people maybe like the idea that they can walk into
The bank,
and
right.
see somebody there
Right.
or meet somebody
There's real
there.
people.
Yeah, you're not doing it online. You're not doing it in some,
Right.
cyberspace world. You actually are doing there. And the other advantage of a bank is, well, maybe it's your one-stop shop.
One-stop
Maybe,
shopping.
Maybe you get your CDs there. You already have an account
Right,
there.
you put your checking there, you're
You have
depositing your
You have
paycheck,
your credit
you're
card there, or you
Right.
just like their
making your car payment too.
Sure.
Whatever.
Or maybe they have cookies in the lobby. That's
usually
a huge advantage.
There's
you
a
don't-
selling feature.
Hey,
And most do, cookies and coffee, right?
I don't know. Otis Spunkmeyer pulled the contract. They're gone. There's no more. A lot of
Oh,
banks don't have cookies anymore.
bummer.
But you never know.
I have a friend, we call him the cookie man. I'll have to send him out to the banks.
Well, and if you bring your dog, they get a doggy biscuit.
That's
just
true.
common now.
My kid used to love, pulling up to the drive-in teller, and he would make sure he was known that he's in the back seat in his car seat for that lollipop.
Oh, they know. They wag their tail.
He learned how to roll the window down, so they'd see him back there.
Hopefully it was a power window, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's talk
so
about the disadvantages.
The disadvantages of a bank. We are so sidetracked today.
are.
See what
We
happens
are.
when we take a week off? All right, the disadvantages to the bank are normally they're pretty conservative in their lending guidelines. Let's face it, banks got pretty walloped in those heyday years. A lot of they got hurt. They took a bad whooping.
Yeah.
So they're very conservative in their guidelines and things like that.
And not every bank. So don't think we're bashing
Right.
the banks saying they're
'Cause
too
we're
conservative.
being really fair.
Because some banks have portfolio lending, which is outside of the normal guidelines. That's a whole show in itself. So.
Yes.
Another thing is, yeah, they could have limited loan options, meaning that, they don't have the whole world out
Whole
there
gamut,
to shop.
right?
To
They just
shop
have,
out.
this is it. They
Yep.
have a couple of loan programs, and that's kind of all you have to choose from. So, couple.
1.5, maybe 3.
And the other
maybe
thing
4,
is,
just
because a lot of people do use the banks, usually they take a little bit longer to do things. Their
because they
processing
are
times.
busy and they do.
They're busy.
usually-
They do all kinds of stuff.
They
so.
don't. They have to ship them off a lot of times to a central processing area.
Right.
And that can slow
One
down.
thing that
or
does
they're
happen,
busy.
you like your local bankers, but that's not who does your mortgage loan. When it comes to mortgage lending, your people in your local branch or whatever, your tellers and your branch managers, they are not the ones that do it. The loan is actually being done someplace totally different. So you might like the people at the branch, but don't be confused and don't be misled. Those are not the people they don't have anything to do
So the girl
with you getting
who
your
gives
mortgage.
me the cookies isn't
And the
doing my loan.
lollipop at the drive-thru, she is not the one doing your loan. So you can have a nice rapport with them all you want, but in the end, they have nothing to do with your loan.
But I do love my bank, just so you know.
Yeah, I do
They're
love
good to
my
me.
bank too.
Hi, guys.
I know. I love them too.
And the other disadvantage that we're going to bring up is that most banks do not have any licensing requirements that other lending institutions do, where they don't need to do the licensing, the national exam or the state exam. So
Right, they're covered under the bank's main
they-
banking
yep, they
licensing
can
and stuff
come
for the
in,
state, whatever
so-
state they're in.
And there are some excellent loan officers at the bank, so
Right.
don't get me wrong, but they do not have the stringency that
They don't
other-
have to take continuing education classes and stuff like that. A lot of them might on their own,
Right.
but they're certainly not.
It could be, the person you deal with could be just what we might call an order taker that basically fills out your application and then sends it somewhere
and sends
else.
it on to someone else and really
So-
doesn't know.
But that's not true at every case. There's some people that have been doing it for years and years.
Boy, do we have enough disclaimers on this? We're not trying to trash
No,
anybody.
we're
We're
not
just
judging anybody.
saying the facts.
Yeah. So, all right. So enough about banks.
That's
I'm
it,
done.
on banks.
We got our
We're moving
lollipop.
on.
We're moving on.
Moving
Let's
on.
talk about our next type of lender is maybe the
broker.
The broker.
We hear a
You
lot
remember
about
the
brokers too.
Did you know
And they got a bad rap, and they really shouldn't.
they did get a bad rap, but
All those bad people are gone.
yeah, we killed them all.
Yes.
Or she did. I didn't do it. I wasn't even there. Okay.
They really, unfortunately, a lot of people gave brokers a bad name, and they really do serve a very good function because not everyone fits into that perfect cookie cutter, like we said.
Or can get cookies.
And needs somebody to help them massage a little bit, and maybe needs a couple of different options. So what a broker does is they actually will help find you where you fit best. Well, do you fit best at ABC Bank or XYZ Bank, or maybe not a bank at all, and you need to go to this lender or that lender, and a broker will help you find that lender.
They're going to shop it for you.
Right. They're going to do the dirty work for you.
Let's talk about the advantages of dealing with a broker. So you got your home loan, and now you want to go to your broker and see what he can do for you.
Right.
So let's talk about those. So again,
Got to put my cheaters on.
yeah, put your cheese on.
All right.
So again, advantages, they have competitive rates because they can go out and shop it for you.
And they're dealing with all of the local lenders and national lenders and things like that. So they have
can
an array of
great rates.
products.
So people saying, "Oh, broker,
Right.
I'm going to pay more because I got a broker between." Not necessarily
No,
true
not
at all.
really.
So
They're very competitive.
the other big advantage for them is they have flexible, non-traditional loan programs, maybe that the local bank doesn't. So
Right. Again, like I said, if you don't fit into that perfect cookie cutter, they're going to help you find
you mean
something that
everybody's not the same?
you fit outside of the box.
Yeah. So
and
if
they're
you
going to
got
help you do
stated
that.
income, call your broker because he can't do it either. So
What? Stated income.
yeah, exactly,
What's that?
exactly.
Verify,
So-
verify, verify.
And the other advantage would be they are required to be licensed. So
Yes.
they are held to a standard on their application.
Very high standards.
Their NMLS, which is their national registry number, has to go on that application. So that file stays with them forever.
Right. So, and this will follow them, and they have to, there's continuing education classes, mandatory, required every single year in order to renew your license. And it's not cheap. They have to take classes, they have to renew their license. So there's a financial investment that they make just to be able to maintain their license. So obviously they're not going to do anything to lose that. They're not going to do anything to jeopardize that. So you don't have to worry about the
would
brokers
hope they
anymore.
didn't do that.
Yeah. They're mostly, anybody left in the business, they're pretty much, they've been, they're pretty
Well,
solid.
they have to go through the background checks, et cetera, in
Okay.
order to clear it. So All right, and they
The last thing on advantages on brokers.
the continuing ed, they have to have that continuing education every 2 years.
Right.
They need a certain number of hours for it. I believe it's 20 hours, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Pretend like you
Don't know. We just we make sure our licenses are up. Let's put it that way. We probably take more than we need to.
Yeah, whatever. So, and let's do the disadvantages real quick on the broker.
Our producer is telling us we need to go to break. So we're going to go to break and we're going to come back with the disadvantages of a broker. Because we're like wordy. Just because we haven't been here in a while. Sorry. We got chatty.
I'm going to go see Dorothy in the bathroom. I'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
Mortgages don't need to be complicated. At Norcom, we're here to guide you through the process. By following our tried and true path to success, we make homes happen. To get started, give us a call or apply online. A trusted mortgage consultant will reach out to you to find out what your goals are. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, we are dedicated to helping you achieve your goals. At Norcom, we'll provide a best-in-class customer experience. Once a plan is established, your mortgage consultant will analyze your income, assets, and credit profile in order to customize a plan for you. If you're planning on moving in the next few years, we might suggest an adjustable rate mortgage to be the best option for you. If you're a veteran, we'll get you started on a VA loan with 0% down. And if you're thinking long-term, a 30-year fixed loan might be your best fit. Our professionals are up to date on market trends and will help you make the best decision in choosing your rate. After we've found the program that's best for you, we'll then need to collect some information, including pay stubs, bank statements, and tax forms. Our underwriting team steers a loan through the approval process to verify that all the information you've provided is correct. As the underwriting process is taking place, an appraisal is ordered to determine the value of your home. A professional, local appraiser specializing in your area will determine the home's value. The last leg of this journey is closing your loan. While taking care of any last-minute details, our closing team will work on scheduling your closing date and location. It's that simple. Thank you for taking some time to walk through the mortgage path with us. Remember, we're always here to answer any questions you may have. It may seem intimidating, but here at Norcom Mortgage, we make homes happen.
And lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my! I just like, oh my.
I know, that's your part. You can't
I
forget
do the
that
oh my
part.
good. Oh my.
You're really good at that. I'm good at
So I say that all day. Oh my.
Yeah, oh my.
Oh my, oh my.
Hey, how was your day,
Yeah,
DeLynn?
yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
How's your night? Oh my. How's that closing going? Oh my.
Come home and grab a bottle of wine, and my husband said, "Can I get you a straw?"
Is that what he says, really?
That's when it's a bad day.
You know we have help for that. All right, let's go back to the disadvantages of the broker. Now, we talked about all the advantages. So again, we're not bashing anybody. We're just, this is our...
Pointing out the pluses and minuses of each of these types of...
So The disadvantages may be that they have no in-house loan processing, meaning that they don't have somebody sitting directly in the bank or the branch or whatever.
Again, it's not at your branch; it's off somewhere else.
Yeah. Usually, they have a third party that's doing it for them. Most brokers do, because it's just easier for them.
Real busy.
Plus, the lenders require that, and they cannot do their own loan processing. A separate processor must do it. That is the law. That is the requirement. And of course,
which of course gives them no control over any kind of underwriting or processing, because it's not them. It's not up to them. It's the final decision maker is somebody else. Again, they're finding a lender to go to, so they have absolutely no control over that file.
Kind of like the bank with the cookies. That's not your decision maker.
Right.
Just remember.
So they have no control over the underwriters or the processing or anything else, or the closing for that matter.
Exactly.
Everything is third party. So
and a lot of your brokers today are online, so they may not have a local presence. So you may never ever meet your broker. He could be in California.
Like Quicken Loans or something like that. Can I say that? Too late. You're talking to somebody who's sitting with like 500 people in a cubicle in California somewhere or something.
Fine. We're just, I'm not even. Sorry, Quicken.
I'm living on the edge.
You are living on the edge. So I tried to bleep that out. I don't know that it worked.
No long-term business relationship. Again, they most of the time are not local, or the lenders may not be local. So they're kind of transactional, looking for this is the one transaction or whatever, instead of building a long-term relationship going on.
Yes.
Like you do with local people.
Yes. And another disadvantage may be your unknown final servicer, meaning who you make your loan payment to. That broker is going to take that loan and he's going to get it to whoever he thinks is the best for the borrower, and you have no idea, and then they're going to sell it to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac,
and you don't know where you're going to be.
Or Quicken Loans, in DeLynn's case. So.
Maybe. You just don't know.
We just don't know who's going to be that end servicer.
But anyway, so those are the disadvantages.
I'm going to get a phone call. You know that, right?
So that was the pluses and minuses of the broker.
Right, now let's talk about our third option, now that we're still digging our way through this forest of the trees.
The last and final option. So is there a happy medium between these two? Yes. So happens there is.
Yeah, we got what we call a hybrid here. It's a correspondent or direct lender.
It's a smart car.
Yeah, it's smart. It's a hybrid.
All right. This is the
totally
person who they are. I know. This has been a tough show. A fun show. Anyway, so there's they are a lender.
Yes.
And they can also broker a loan. So if it's something that they are direct lenders, so they are also licensed and everything. But if it's something that they can't do, they can also broker it out to somebody else who can. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get the control, or if you don't fit into any of those boxes, you do have the option to broker it out as well.
But do they give out cookies? That's what I want to know.
I know I went to a closing and they gave out chocolate houses.
Oh, nice. All right, so let's talk about the advantages. Of course, the advantage is they can have competitive rates because they are a direct lender and they can shop it and broker it either way. So
so they're very competitive on their rates most of the time.
And they have a variety of loan options. So
pretty much they run the gamut as well. They have all of the government, all of the non-government.
And typically a direct or correspondent lender can have a little more flexibility because unlike the broker, they are working with the same underwriter over and over.
Right.
So maybe they can get options outside the box.
Right. They understand their underwriter, where they're coming from, what they're looking for, and things like that.
Maybe an exception, as we call it.
A little more flexibility. A little more speed, too, sometimes, because you know exactly what your underwriters are looking for. So it might move along. It's not on my list, but it might move along a little quicker.
And then, of course, they are licensed, and, they do have
They have to
have their license. They have to pass through the national exam.
Right.
And the state exam.
The national and the
meet
state
all
stuff.
of the continuing education requirements. So,
right.
So that's good, too, as a consumer. They're getting someone that's somewhat trained and has half a brain and passes a background.
Continual. And the last one is continual training, right. So they have to be continually training and updating their minds because the stuff changes daily.
You think?
Every day something new is going on in the mortgage world. So they have to keep on top of things, needless to say. Don't you want a doctor who continues his education?
Yes.
Yes. You want a mortgage person that knows what they're doing, continues their education too? Yes. This is the biggest financial step of your life in most cases.
Yes.
You want to deal with somebody who definitely continues their education.
Let's talk about the disadvantages the correspondent or direct lender. The disadvantage may be they have no other final instruments, meaning
Right.
they don't sell you CDs.
Right.
They don't sell you
They don't
credit
have
cards.
CDs. They don't have credit cards. They don't do student loans. They don't do personal loans. They don't do car loans. They don't do insurance.
They're one, it's kind of...
They're not a one-stop. They do mortgages, and they do them well.
Yes, and that's just about it. And the other disadvantage is that, who, unlike maybe if you went to the bank, sometimes, beep, beep, that bank will keep your loan and service it.
Right.
Okay, and a lot of banks do that, or they may, they always have the right to sell it, but you never know, again, who is going to be your servicer of your loan. It's probably sold to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac.
Right.
And then, just who you make your payment will change.
Right.
Not the terms of the loan, obviously.
Right.
But some people don't like that. They like to know they could walk into their bank and say, here's my mortgage payment. Give me a cookie.
And by the way, I know I'm only 2 days late, but can you waive that late fee?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they can do that.
Yeah, it's just not like that anymore.
No, not today.
So that kind of sums up, huh?
Yep. So
that's what we got. Our three.
So we got your 3 different ones. You got lions, you got tigers, and you got bears.
Bankers, brokers, and lenders.
Oh my! You're better at the
I know. That was my line.
So again, pros and cons to every one. So,
Yep.
I think get with your real estate professional when you go out shopping. Find out what's best for you and see who you're comfortable dealing
Right.
with. I think that's
really what it comes down to, is who you're comfortable with. I personally, when I'm doing something, I like, if I'm getting my insurance or something like that, I want to deal with somebody local, because I want to run into them in the grocery store to say, hey, I got a question.
you want to be able to text them at 11 o'clock at night and ask them if you can raise your deductible.
Right.
I'm sure. Did
Hey,
your insurance
come help me
agent
talk
get rid of
my
you yet? Okay.
No,
that would be
but it is. It's so everybody's a little bit different, and there's somebody out there for everyone. So just deal with who you feel comfortable with, and hopefully that helped enlighten some of the differences.
It doesn't matter which one you deal with. Go through one of those and get pre-qualified before you decide, I'm going to buy a house.
Right.
So,
because you know what, lending has changed a lot, and you don't want to find absolutely, like you were saying before, the house of your dreams, and then come to find out, oh, wait a minute, I can't buy this right now because, I got a couple of months to fix this or fix that before I can line up for buying a house. So
and then your heart gets broken.
yeah, so get yourself pre-qualified. Find somebody you like, get yourself pre-qualified,
So
then go house hunting.
Find some courage.
It's
some courage. Courage.
Get a brain.
Yeah, well, good luck.
And then, like Dorothy, then you can go home. How
Yes.
about that? We tied that in.
Nice. So after you watch
All right, we're
this,
goofy.
yeah, go watch The Wizard of Oz, and it'll all make sense to you. It'll be clear.
I love that movie.
Clear as mud. It's a timeless.
It is. All right, so we've been rattling long enough. So what do we have going on in the community? Because we always do community updates too. What does the chamber have going on? There is so much going on. We have had some really fun stuff. We had some business development week that happened, which was awesome.
Yep.
The PACE breakfast was recently. The PACE girls in Pasco County, for any of our viewers who are out there, those are the girls that are struggling with different things, and we had a great breakfast for them.
And I know a couple things going on.
BP Calusa has theirs tomorrow.
Do they?
Is an awesome
tomorrow.
lunch.
You probably want to give a date, 'cause
tomorrow.
who knows when people will watch
Tomorrow is what, the 20th? February 20th is tomorrow.
I think it's the 21st.
Is it?
I don't know.
20th. The producer just said 20th.
Yeah, we don't know what
so
day
tomorrow's
it
the
is.
20th. That's because you're out there. BP
I only had a
Calusa,
brain.
and they do, of course, wonderful things for women in the community as well. So
And then
tomorrow's
March
a great luncheon.
5th, the first Friday, Fiesta Friday is back.
Yes, Fiesta
at
Friday.
2150 Seven Springs Boulevard. Come to that.
That is open to everyone and anyone. You know what? We all work really, really hard. This is our theory behind that. We all work really, really hard. So just come on by and have some hors d'oeuvres and
a happy hour on us.
Happy hour on us.
Yes, and then the big thing I want you to all look forward to and think about is called The Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race.
And we'll tell you more
to
about
come.
that.
This is actually the official name is WPBA presents The Amazing Race for Life.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
How about that for a teaser? It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to definitely want to know about that.
All right, close the show.
All right, that's
I'm done with you.
So anyway, beyond that, thank you so much. Please
Quit thinking
share
about
the
what
show.
you're going to make for dinner.
Yeah, I know.
Did you guys see that? She's like, what am I going to make for dinner?
Please share the show. We are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. unless we get cut because we used a clip from the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, we are on the Wizard of Oz channel too. So
thanks everyone for watching. We are Today and Every Day.
Moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.